What's good, family? Shouts out to all my new followers. If you don't know who I am already, my name is Jonez, two-time Grammy nominated, one-time Grammy Award winning producer and sound designer. I've been doing music full-time for over a decade now, and it's been a blessing. I really can't imagine myself doing anything else. My journey with music started in 1988 at the age of 3. I was sitting in front of the TV with my toy keyboard and a commercial came on, and after the commercial went off, my parents said I started playing the jingle from the commercial just by ear. It was a gift from God, and my dad's a musician, so he took that gift and started cultivating it, and he started teaching me more about the piano, and I just fell in love with the piano. That led to me becoming a church musician at a very young age, and if you've already heard my music, I'm sure you can hear the influence in my sound. Gospel music is the foundation of my sound. From there, I started recording my stuff playing piano on cassette tapes, and that's when I fell in love with the concept of recording. It was amazing to me. So I started recording everything, man. I had a little portable cassette recorder, and I would go around with that thing everywhere. And I used to like to just sit in my room and listen back to the things that I recorded throughout the day. And as I kept experimenting with recording, I eventually made my first beat in 1995, and I was hooked on beats from then. I always knew it was something I wanted to do as a career, but I wasn't quite sure how that was going to look for me. And you know, society tells you need to go get a real job. I was just trying to figure out what in life other than music that I could do, because that's all I really want to do. Then when I was in 12th grade, I had an entrepreneurship class as an elective, and that's when I was open up to the concept of entrepreneurship, and that really intrigued me. And I thought maybe this is what I want to do. Maybe I want to have my own business, but I didn't quite know how that was going to look, though. I didn't know if I could intersect that with the music. So I just went to college and tried different things, had several different jobs. I even tried selling satellites online, which was definitely a failure. Tried selling beats locally to different artists. And even later on down the line, I got with some of my friends and we created a production company, and we tried to go the traditional industry route, but it just nothing ever worked. After that, I had several different jobs, and the job that I was working at the time, I was having a hard time providing for my family with that job. So I was like, maybe I should give this music one more shot. So I started just uploading my beats online, and people started hearing my beats and then wanted to buy my beats. And you know, at first it was something I didn't really want to do. I didn't want to sell my beats online. I wanted to go the traditional industry route, but this was the route God took me. So as people inquired about my beats, I started selling my beats, and that outpaced what I was making at my job. And eventually I went full-time in 2011 selling my beats. I had many wins, I had many losses, I had many trials and error, but over time I got the hang of things, and here I am over a decade later doing what I love to do. And I've experienced so many blessings on my path. Music has gone all around the world. My music ends up a little bit of everywhere, and a lot of artists all around the world have been blessed from it. I've even had the opportunity for me to personally travel overseas because of my music, and even led to the traditional accolades such as Grammy nomination and a Grammy. And I've been able to be a blessing to my family and support my family full-time with this gift. It didn't happen the way that I thought it was going to happen, but God had a plan, man, and I really couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. If I could give anybody that's intending to do music as their full-time thing any advice, it would be two things. It would be, it's probably not going to come the way that you think it's going to come. Sometimes we can be a little bullheaded about how we want things to go, but most times God's way is different, and we can try to pound our way all we want to, but it's not going to move until we do it the way that He wants us to do it. So I found the value in just making the moves that He wants me to make and being diligent with the things that He places in my path, and it always leads to greater things. Sometimes things that I never even thought that I would want to achieve. Number two, don't place your identity in this stuff. There's so many people who've been in this music thing, and maybe they were on a mountain, but then something happened and they ended up being in a valley, and in their own minds they lost their whole self-worth because they wrapped their whole image and their whole worth and their whole identity up into this. So yeah, if you do decide to get into this, as you become successful, as you get the accolades, as you get the money or whatever the case is, don't let it go to your head. Know your true worth and know your true identity, because this ain't it. But yeah, that's me. That's a little bit of my story. Again, thanks for the follow, and I hope that my music and my content is a blessing to you. Y'all be blessed.